Hello, everybody. It's Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you, Dr. Katrina, for your continued membership. And for my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for returning. Hello, Shatika. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. She says, good afternoon, blessings and crocheting. Thumbs up. Thank you. Hey, Chan, thumbs up and good afternoon, Gigi and all. So I'm working on another bunny. And I'm trying to figure to be a better sewer, but this is the latest one. Her color is sherbet. She doesn't look quite sherbety, but that's the color of her. She's sherbet. It's deeper than what you see on screen. So I'm working on another one. And then I did another one of these hats, but I changed the brim of it because I didn't care too much for the original brim. Where's the other hat? And plus I used 2 strands of yarn for this one. But this is the brim. But it goes down too much for me. And this one sits up more. So I just changed the brim. Because that's what crocheters do. We do what we want to do. We take a pattern and we try to rework it to suit us better. Hey, Renee, Natural Nene 61. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. What are you working on? What's your weather like? Let me see. What else have I done today? Done yesterday and the day before. I've done so many projects. It's ridiculous. Oh, I think did I show that purse? Anyway, I finally put those granny squares and made them into a purse. And all of this back here is the stuff for my sale Saturday. Oh, let me put that in here just in case people come back and do a replay. They'll see it. So the yarn sale will be on whatnot.com. Gigi the Crochet Queen. And so Saturday, 1/11/25, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 30 degrees. Ooh, that's chilly. I saw a post from Jeanette yesterday. She said it is cold in Chicago. She says, I'm not even matching because who cares? No, I think being warm is much more important than matching. I would have on so many things. Where's my hook? Oh, there it is. And it was chilly here. What is it now? Oh, 69 degrees right now. It was 53. Last night. So it's gone up some. Oh, I wanted to cut that. Where are the scissors? The more I try to be organized, the less I am. I'm always looking for scissors. So I'm going to do this bunny in purple. Well, that's a little lavender. What color is this? Pale plum. Whip out some bunnies and see what. I like making them. They're so quick to make. But I found this when I was looking for my zebra. Let me see. Zane the zebra. I think that's Yeah, I think that's the name. Zane the Zebra. It's a purple zebra. And I went on Joann's site and ordered the red heart yarn because I did not have any light purples, any medium purples. I only had the deep orchid colors. So I went online. Joann's, had to go to 2 separate Joann's. And when I pick up the second package, I was like, I ordered more than this. And I look in there, there's only 2 skeins of yarn in there. And then I had to go back because I was not leaving the parking lot just in case somebody didn't put it in there. And it turns out the medium yarn that I wanted, they didn't have it. So I said, well, I only have 2. But as I was looking at the pattern online, there was a link to a, and I think I've seen this before. Oh, did I bring any? Oh, I have one in there. I take that one out. There's a link there for how to make instead of you having the jagged, when you change colors in the round, when you go on, when you're not, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you're not slip stitching, but you're doing a spiral round. So there was a tutorial there on how to try to make it look less jagged. But she really doesn't explain if you're doing more than one color change. But I found other interesting tidbits. She had lots of different tutorials. 12 years ago, this tutorial. So little, let it be known, anything on that internet lives forever. Unless the people that own it take it down, it lives forever. So I was binge watching all of her little short tutorials on things to do with amigurumis, different techniques. And the one that I really, really, really want to try is learning to sew on the body parts much better. And so she had a really good tutorial. So that's why I said, well, let me do this rabbit again because my ears are off. I might take the ears off and put them back on again. That's just a thought. Usually I don't go back. If it doesn't bother me too much, I won't go back and redo it. His ears will just be off. But the way she showed it. So this is going to be my experiment rabbit. Hey, Creative Claire, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year to you. And I hope you did a thumbs up. I think I see waves. So what is your weather like and what are you working on? I'm working on a little wabbit, a little bunny wabbit. I don't know why I go into these little talks. But anywho, let me make sure I don't want to mess up. Okay. So I've already done the one leg. So now I'm working on leg numero 2. Happy winter, happy lunchtime. Still buried under snow. It's cold, but we can get to the store. Okay. Play around with that cold. We're getting our little trickle of it, but nothing like the real winter spots. Did you all see that horrible, the fires that are going on in California and the winds are blowing like crazy? I don't know what it is about that region of California. It just wants to burn. You can best believe if the government say they will buy my land, it would be on sale. I don't think I could go back up into those woods and go through another fire because they keep having them all the time. On my last section of a short row, I'm working on one too. Are you working on Bag of Days? But let me show you. And this is I saw someone on Facebook post it, and she said it's a short row beanie, and I was like, short row beanie. And then she did attach the tutorial. So I clicked on it. I said, oh yeah, I saw this, but I didn't watch the tutorial. But I watch American Greed, and every time I see this hat, I'm just fascinated with it. And it is a short row because I can see the sections, but it's in front post double crochet. I don't know who did this. I'm hoping this man's face is like, why is this chick showing my face on YouTube? But I'm trying to see that. And so that's what I was trying to find. And so now I know it's a short row, but now I got to figure out how to do the front post of it and make it turn. I've seen this hat. I've watched this American Greed thing, this particular story, a gazillion times. And every time I see that hat, I take a picture of it because I think it is the coolest hat. And I want to figure out how to make it. And I like that it's short. It just goes over your head. That's what I like. That's the only downside to doing Bag of Days. It's just got the brim to fold up. But this one I like because it's short. But I said, okay, that is a short row beanie, but it's done in front post double crochets. So it's got to be front post and double crochets. But man, I would love to find out who made that hat. Let me see. Yes, I don't know what to say about those fires. I know it's too sad. Yep, LOL, Bag of Day. I did the retro stripes, now doing pink and green. That's pretty too. Yeah. I'm using I'm gonna do I'm gonna do an aqua and orange one, of course. Oh, I don't have my hat in here. But I'm using the yarn that I made. What's her name? Little John's Yarns. Her retro, what you call that? A retro something hat. Where is it? Oh, come on. Did I pass it? Okay, that. I don't even know the name of the yarn. That's weird. I don't even see the hat. That's very strange. Because I used the same yarn for one of the other beanies. The pattern was from Jeanette of DIY Creations. Okay, there's the purple one. But where's the other one? I did a purple. Wait a minute. Oh no, I did a purple one. Okay, I'm straight now. This is the let me see. That's come on. Really can't tell, but that's the yarn that I'm using. It doesn't show up very well there. But anyway. So I pulled that out because I I think I only bought, yeah, I bought that one skein, and it's a pounder, I think. So did that hat, and then when I was looking at Bag of Days, I was like, first I said, oh, I was going to do it in the aqua and orange, and then I said, well, let me do it in this yarn because it's just sitting here, and it'll look really cute. But I definitely want to see if I can figure out that short row front post. And I looked online to see if anybody has made one. Of course, they haven't. So I'm going to have to figure that out on my own. Unfortunately, I'll be back to work next week. All of my creativity time will be over, which sucks. Hey, Carol, how are you today? She says, hi, I'm a new subscriber, but long-time crocheter in Wisconsin. I'm presently working on an Afghan or a cardigan and a doily. And I've ordered temperature blanket yarn and am waiting to start. Oh, I have started temperature blankets so many times and have never finished a single one. Never. I get bored with it after a while. Plus, my mind, I see so many other things that I want to do that it gets pushed to the wayside. Last year, I even tried to get other people to do it with me and nobody signed on. So after a while, I just stopped doing it. Then I started pulling it apart and doing other things with the yarn. But welcome, Carol. Thank you for subscribing. And what is your weather like? I'm sure in Wisconsin it's quite chilly too. Because aren't you our neighbors to Illinois? No, Indiana is. Oh, no, Wisconsin is near. Oh, wait a minute now. Let me get my geography right. My friend and I went to, and I was looking for, because I knew I'd written this pattern down before, but I couldn't find it. And I came across my Prince book because my friend and I went to Minnesota to Paisley Park, where Prince's home is. Now it's pretty much a museum, but I bought this book and I'd never done anything. And as I was looking through I have all these little binders like this, and I was trying to find the one that I'd actually written this pattern in, and I couldn't find it. And I saw this. I said, okay, this is going to be my pattern book for this year. So I'll know everything that I want to do or write down will be in this book. I'm just going to leave all the other ones alone, because then I'll be again searching for where did I write something. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do from now on. Just stick with one book instead of grabbing a book here, grabbing a book there. It's been in the upper teen to mid 20s this week here. Oh, that is cold. That is cold. But we were there, and so we got to see the Minnesota Vikings stadium, and it's just huge compared to our stadium here in South Florida. But because it's not like we have 3 NFL teams and 2 baseball teams and 2 hockey teams. So within a 4-hour drive, 5 hours to Jacksonville, you can pretty much see all of the teams if you want to. But we know in Minnesota, the Vikings is their only NFL team. So of course they're going to have a huge stadium. And my friend and I, we were up there, and I was like, oh man, I want to go see Green Bay's stadium, since we're on this side of the world. But it was too far away. It would have been, I think it was like 6 hours there, 6 hours back, something like that. I was like, no, that's too far away. But that is my plan, to go. I want to see all of the stadiums, but I'm not going in the wintertime. You can definitely believe I will not be traveling in the winter. These storms now, these winter storms are so unpredictable. We used to have, it's going to be cold. You're going to have some snow. Now you're going to have um, blizzards and hurricanes and tornadoes and all kinds of stuff in the wintertime now. So, and then California's having these massive fires and high winds. That's scary stuff. So I'm going to stay right here in chilly South Florida. It'll be warm probably next week. Probably have a few days of chilliness and then go back to warm. And when summertime comes, we'll just see what the hurricane predictions are. And you just pray you don't get one. That's what we do in South Florida. Actually, you live in Green Bay. Okay. Do you make a lot of green and gold stuff? And when I watch those games, I have so much respect for those people that sit out in all of that cold weather to watch football. I said, no. We had one extremely cold Christmas last year, not 24, 23. It was 30 degrees. That's the first time that I've ever been outside for all of those hours, other than being in the Army, in the cold. It was absolutely miserable. My friends and I, we were just trying to huddle up and stay warm. It was horrible. And I said, I just can't even imagine being out. And they tailgate, then they go in. And tailgating, you're out there at least, let me see, for us, we try to be there 9:00. So if you figure a game starts at 1, so you're there from 9 to 4:00. It's a full-time job. If I had tailgate out there, I'd be around the fire the whole time. I said they need domes. I just really feel they need domes. Nobody needs to play football in that kind of weather. Not wearing it today, but fun fact, the NFL draft is going to be here this year. Oh, okay. I wanted to come to Florida. It's like everywhere. Like last year it was in Vegas. Yeah, I think it was in Vegas last year. My friends and I went to see The Color Purple in New York the year Reggie Bush was drafted. And I really don't pay attention to the draft unless I know it's going to affect Miami. And well, definitely way back then, I really didn't pay attention to the draft because I wasn't a season ticket holder. I'm a season ticket holder now. So now I pay attention to a whole lot of stuff that I didn't before. And so we were, I don't know where we were, but we were looking down and I'm like, what is going on? And then I saw people with Bush signs. I was like, oh my goodness, it's the draft. Oh, I was so close, but yet so far. I wish I had, because, I fell asleep during The Color Purple. That's because I was tired, though. Not that it was boring, but I was tired. But I think I would have been wide awake at that draft for Reggie Bush. Well, you all going to have a good old time. Well, I don't know. Because isn't the draft it's in April, right? Yeah, I think they do the draft in April. Yeah, I think that's when we went. And when they were, because I don't know why I always thought it was just probably because it was going on while I was there. For some reason, I just thought it always was in New York. But then when I saw it was in Vegas, and then I think the year before it was in Chicago. I think it was in Chicago. So I am hoping that we get a draft so I can go. That would be so cool. Because we'll have really good weather too. At least we hope no April showers. Because it's so unpredictable now. But that is going to be fun. Ooh. See, that's all the stuff that I want to do. I won't say initially I wanted to, when I retire, I wanted to follow the Dolphins, away games and stuff. But then when I thought about it, I was like, I do not want to be in, I don't want to be in Chicago. I don't want to be in Wisconsin. I don't want to be in, what's the other cold place that doesn't have a dome? Philadelphia, Baltimore. None of them. Not when it's wintertime. Honestly, I don't know where we're going to put all those people. Green Bay is essentially a bigger, small town, not really a large city. Hotels have been completely booked way down to Milwaukee. Oh, wow. That's the same way. People, Miami has a lot of hotels. So, but that's still a lot. Even when they have the Super Bowl, so they're used to it. They've done it because they've had, I think, 10 Super Bowls in Miami, and of course there's they keep building stuff. So, but yeah, when it's a smaller place, people just get. I wanted to go to Canton, but I wanted to go when one of our players was being inducted. But then I watched it because it's in August. My birthday's in August, and that was going to be my treat to myself. But the people are sitting out there in that hot sun, sweating like there's no tomorrow. And those events are extremely long because everybody, I don't know exactly how many people get inducted, but everybody has to do a speech and all that. I said, that's all right. I'll watch it on TV. Be happy. Crave Claire says, hit or miss in the weather. I think this year will be a real winter in Maryland. We're overdue. Yeah. Yeah. August. Oh, you're August baby too? Yes. Yeah. I was in DC when they had that huge winter storm way back in the early 80s. And they got 26 inches of snow, and I was done. I said, keep that snow. And I had a little bitty, itty bitty little Toyota Corolla, the first generation, like when they were really tiny, and the little box cars. But that weather, it is no joke. I had to sit outside because my car had to be shipped from Germany back to what's that port? Whatever the port is called in Maryland. I can't even remember now anymore. It's been so long. And I had to take the bus back and forth from my apartment to DC. And the bus drivers were really nice because they told me, because I wasn't here in South Florida, people, we're not really transit people. Most of us have cars to get around, and this is not a transit friendly area. Now they have all kinds of trains, planes, and automobiles to get you around. But when I was growing up, no, not so much. We used to take my sister and I used to take but we walk up to the 7-Eleven and get on the bus, and the bus would take us to the mall. So we spend the day in the mall walking around looking at stuff. That's about as much bus riding that I did. But sitting out at the bus stop when it's cold and windy, that ain't no fun. They keep that. Port of Baltimore, Inner Harbor. Maybe is that the name? Is that where the cars are? Is that where they bring the cars? Listen, that was the last time I was there was 19. I can't even remember now. Now, oh my goodness. 80 something. I can't even remember. Now I'm thinking when I got out of the Army, how did I get my car? It's so, because I got out of the Army in Germany, but I had to go to South Carolina to exit out, or whatever they call it. I got an Army in 92, so that tells you how long ago it was. But I cannot, now I can't remember when I got my car, when I got home. Where did I pick my car up from? That is so weird. And when your car is sent to Germany, they have to take off the catalytic converter because they don't have unleaded fuel over there. And then when you come back, you have to have it put back on. But I don't remember where I picked my car up from. That is so crazy. It's the stuff that meant nothing at the time. I guess it meant nothing to me at the time. Just give me my car. Then I had to wait to get an apartment because I told my mom, I said, as soon as I get a good paycheck, I'm out. I'm out. Can't be living with my parents. I'm out. So I found me an apartment and then had all my furniture shipped back. And oh my goodness! But for some reason I cannot remember how I got my car. That is so crazy. Is that a sign of what? Getting old or just not relevant in my brain? One or the other. I'll take not relevant in my brain right now. But I am so looking forward to finishing this hat. I might work on that. I was already working on it. I started it last night. I don't know why I decided to start it so late. That's the downside to going back to work. I have to go to sleep earlier. I can't be hanging out all night long like I have been while on vacation. I'm preparing myself. This is going to be my life. I can go to sleep and get up whatever time I want to in a short year and a half. Oh, God willing, a year and a half, I can call this work thing retired. We got so much stuff going on, and we're getting ready to start with a new regime of terror. God, pray for America. That's all I gotta say. Pray for America. I like the Tri-County area, DMV. Our area is the Tri-County area. Your area is the DMV. I really enjoyed being in that area. There's so much to do. No one should ever say they can't find something to do in that area because there is so much to do. Just got to have the money sometimes to do it. And sometimes you don't need any money. You can go to all the museums. I love their the subway train system, whatever they call it. It's so nice. I have a friend that lives in Maryland, and I took my daughter because she was young, and she was learning about monies and stuff, and she's like, "Mommy, President Lincoln is on the back of the penny." So I surprised her and took her so she could see the Lincoln Monument. And she was like, "Oh my God, it's so big." I said, "Yeah. Yeah, lots of people, high cost of living, but you can make it work." Yes. Yep. We have everything. Yeah, you do. Yep. The cost of living is definitely high. Even down here, the cost of living is high. They have, now I can't remember the name of it. It's a very expensive place where people live, like where Oprah and that kind of money lives. What is it called? Some kind of island. I can't even remember the name of it anyway. But every time somebody big moves down here, it just jacks up the cost of living again. Beaches, mountains, cities, suburbs, farms, lots of museums. Yep, that's that area. So I say nobody can ever say they don't have anything to do. And clubs for the young ones, the youngins. I know my first time around, my friends and I, we partied all of the time. We were there during the go-go time. What's his name? Oh, I can't even think of his name. I think he passed away a few years ago. The doing the button. Nah, let me see. What are the other songs? I can't remember now. It's been so long because you hardly ever hear them. But that was the era that we had such a good time. Such a good time there. I have no bad memories there except for getting married. Oh, that was my only downside. Needless to say, I'm divorced from that one. But I just love that area. So much to do. If the winter weather didn't bother me, I probably would have stayed there. But I came home so I could be close to my parents because they were getting older. And I figured I'd be around to help them out. And lo and behold, I have become a full-time worker and a full-time driver. Chuck Brown, EU. Yes, Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was the era. Nobody can tell me nothing. I love that area. That's DC club music on Baltimore. Yeah. Yep. That's where I was. Washington, Chocolate City. Loved it. And it's so weird. People talked about what's the name of the restaurant that's in DC? It's a chili bowl. Chili, is it chili bowl? Anyway, I'd never been there. The whole time I spent 3 years in DC, went back to Walter Reed and still never went there. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know that place existed. I probably would have been there all the time. But it's so much to do. Make sure my legs are the same size. Yeah, they're the same size. I haven't been. The last time I was, I think the last time I was there was when for President Obama's first inauguration. That's another cold. Yes, Ben's Chili Bowl. Yes, I knew there was a name. I just couldn't remember it. But I never been. Have you been there? I never. But apparently, it's the place to be. Then I heard, what's her name? Gladys Knight had a restaurant, but I think her son ran it into the ground. I can't remember. Had a little bit of stuff comes in one ear and goes out the other, or should I say, hits one brain cell and goes out the other brain cell. I said, well, if I get back that way again. I'm definitely going to look it up. So I like chili. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Let me count. Okay. That count is right. It was so cold. Oh, tell me about it. It was so cold that I couldn't even stay. We've been out there for because you had to get out and go as early as possible to try to get as close as possible. But we were nowhere near him. Nowhere near. We were so far behind the Capitol Monument. It was just ridiculous. But when he got ready to do his speech, we stayed for a little while. I was like, I have to go. It's too cold. And we found a restaurant that was open. I said I have to go in there so I can thaw out. And I stayed in there. I ate. My hands were just frozen. And I said, I'm not leaving until I can feel my hands again. But it was as we know, so many people. I don't even know where, because I did record. I don't even know where it is. Oh, I bet you I think I'm going to use that yarn to make another rabbit. But it was just absolutely ridiculous. I still have, I crocheted me a really long red, white, and blue scarf. I crocheted hats. I still have the pin because I put a Obama's pin on the hat. I kept all of that stuff. And then my friend, the one that lives in Maryland, she got us tickets so we could go to one of the inauguration balls. Had a great time. We went to the one that Sharon Stone was at, and she was doing a speech. I couldn't tell you what she said. And I think he was a senator who was a Republican, then he switched to being a Democrat. But I can't remember his name. I think he's passed on since then. But it was nice. But it was cold. Best believe it was cold. I was like, I was in DC when Stevie Wonder, when they made Martin Luther King an official holiday, and he came and did a concert, and I just would not go because it was too doggone cold. And it was probably 30-degree weather that day too. So I said, no, I'm gonna sit this one out. I just can't. I cannot go in that cold. So I watched it on TV. Mm-mm-mm. Guess that'll be the last inauguration I'll ever go to. But I'm glad I got to go. Let me see. So I attached them. Okay. So the legs are now attached. My little bunny legs. We watched the parade on TV. It was too doggone cold. But at least I can say I was there. They gave us some little like weighted thing at the ball. Can't remember exact. I have it on my dresser. I look at it every now and again. What a day. What a day. And now we're going backwards. mm, 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 mm. All right. I'm going to get off here because I need to run some errands today while it's halfway warm. And I mean halfway. 69. Is it still 69? 70. Ooh, 70. That's still cold for me. All right. I thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Creative Claire, for bringing good memories back. Good memories. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I look for I hope to see your hat. I want to see your hat. If you post it somewhere, I want to see it. That's going to be really nice. So I'm going to do this bunny, and then I'm going to work. I started that zebra, but I think I'm going to leave the zebra alone because I want to do those hats and these bunnies before I go back to work and before Saturday. Hopefully I can get it done because I'll be on Whatnot doing a yarn sale. So I hope some of you all come and join me on Whatnot. Even if you don't purchase anything, come and follow me on Whatnot. I'm trying to do more sales, but it is definitely a struggle because it's a little bit of work to get everything all set up for the sale. But if I sell something, then it was worth it. If I only sell one item, it was worth it. One item, one less item in the house. Anyway, everybody have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much again for joining me. And until my next video or my next live, everybody stay safe. Keep crocheting. Bye-bye.